Greetings, my mathematicians, my cool cat mathematicians. Today I'm going to show you the standard algorithm. This is the algorithm of your parents. This is the algorithm that I learned growing up. This is a really efficient method to do multiplication. So the steps for the standard algorithm first are you're going to be multiplying the bottom factor once. You're going to annex a 0. You're going to multiply the bottom factors tens and then add. And I'm going to show you what that means. We'll go step by step through this. So let's look at the factors 41 and 12. I'm actually going to turn this vertical so I have room. So we have 41 times 12. So first thing I'm going to do is multiply the bottom factors ones. So here's my factors, 41 and 12. I'm going to multiply the bottom factors ones. So I have 2 times 1 and 2 times 4. And you know that that's really a 40, but in this method, you don't have to worry about the place value. You're just doing the multiplication. The annexing the 0 will take care of that for you. I'll repeat that again. In this algorithm, the standard algorithm, you do not have to worry about saying that this is 2 times 40. Just do 2 times 4, because when we do this annex a 0, it's going to take care of the place value part for you. So I'm going to go 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. That's the first step. We're not done now. So we've multiplied the bottom factors once. Now we do this thing called annexing a 0. So here's my annexed 0. And anytime you do this, the next step you're going to do is always put a 0 right there. The 0 in this next factor, partial product, I should say, this next partial product's spot. So you're always increasing that number with another 0, increasing it by place value, increasing it by the next place value. So now, when we look at it, we're going to do step 3, multiply the bottom factors tens. So here's my bottom factor, here's my 10, my tens group, whatever you want to call that. 10, we don't have to say it's 10 times 1 because we're not doing partial products, we're doing traditional algorithms, so standard algorithm. So we say 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 4 is 4. So now I have 82 and 410. The last thing we're going to do is add those together. So 2 plus 0 is 2, 8 plus 1 is 9, and then we drop the 4. My final answer is 492. So if you think about this method, it's pretty helpful because you have less things to do, less steps. You're not doing 2 times 1, 2 times 40, 10 times 1, 10 times 40, adding 4 things together, potentially drawing an area model. This is something that you could get in the habit of using, that I'm fine with using. The reason why we show you this last is because we want you to understand the place value concepts, which is really important. Now there are some situations and scenarios where you're going to have to regroup. Let's look at this one, 58 times 19. So in this situation, if we're using the standard algorithm, the first thing we want to do is multiply the bottom factors ones. So here's my bottom factor, 19. The ones is the 9. So 9 times 8, remember that 9 trick I taught you, the strategy? Look at my hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 72. Sorry, my hands are a little stiff. It's cold this morning. So 72. So this is where it gets, you have to remember a little extra step. When you have a 72, it's just like when you are doing addition and subtraction, really addition with regrouping. You're going to put your ones, and then you're going to carry your 7. You're going to add plus 7 to the next multiplication factor you do. So showing you that again, 9 times 8 is 72. So I'm going to put my 2 here, carry my 7 up here, regroup it. We're going to do 9 times 5 plus 7, not 9 times 5 times 7, 9 times 5 plus 7. So 9 times 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 45 plus 7 would be 52. So we're going to put my 52 here, my 2. Really, your 5 is over here now because you just drop it down. You're just regrouping that 5, but there's nothing there. So 522. Our next step from there would be number 2, annex that 0. So you're remembering you're putting that 0 no matter what you do, which problem you're working on. If you're using this method, you're always annexing that 0 right there. So now, step 3, we multiply the bottom factors tens. So we're not saying 10 times 8 like we do in partial products. We're just going 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 5 is 5. And now I have a nice addition problem to do. The last step is add. So we've multiplied the bottom factors ones with the top numbers. We've annexed a 0. We've multiplied the bottom factors tens with the top numbers. And now we are adding. Add, 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 add. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Our answer is 1,102. So today I would like you to try this method. You can always rely on your other strategies. We've done area models as one algorithm. We have done the partial product. And now we've done the standard algorithm. Each of these will give you the same answer if done correctly and are all tools to add to your toolbox as a mathematician. So today I'd like you to try to give the standard algorithm a shot. If you're really confused with that, you can always fall back on area model or partial products. But let's go with a new method since you're doing so well with this to learn that method and help you be very efficient with your multiplication. So the last message I have for you is to keep up the good work and relax.